Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Live It Up, the show where we explore and discuss how to take your life to that next level and beyond. We cover health, wealth, relationships, and how to create a life that feels good. Because after all, that's what we want. We want to feel good. I'm your host and coach, Fletcher Ellingson. Today on the show, we'll be visiting with Edwin Eaton, owner of iPro Building Services. And today is actually the first time I'm meeting Edwin in person. We connected on LinkedIn, and I asked him on the show because what I've come to know is that he's extremely accomplished and is an inspiring entrepreneur. And if you've been watching the show, you know I love entrepreneurship and inspiring people. And you also know when I meet someone who inspires me, I want you to meet them too. So stick around for that conversation as we visit with Edwin and find out how he was able to build out a multi-state operation and why his clients and employees love working with him. But before we get to that, I do want to remind you that if you have questions you would like us to answer on or off the air, you can email those directly to me at fletcher@fletcherellingson.com. And you can also visit me at my website, fletcherellingson.com, where I have all sorts of free resources there. You don't have to figure life out all on your own. There are answers and solutions and ways to get unstuck and move forward powerfully. Now, at this point in the show, I usually take time to answer an email question and offer some coaching, but today we're going to skip that part because I want to give some additional time to our conversation with Edwin. So we're going to take a short commercial break, and then we'll be right back, so stay with us. Hey everybody, welcome back to Live It Up. So glad you're here. I'm so glad you're in this conversation. As you know, I think this is one of the most powerful and important conversations. It's all about personal development, evolving yourself to the next level. And today on the show, we've got Mr. Edwin Eaton. Good to see you. Thanks for being on the show.
It's good to see you. Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, first time we've met in person.
It has. It has.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're going to get into what you do and why you're here. But first off, we got to start off with the wins, because we're very practiced as a species noticing what's not working well. I like to notice what is working well. So what's going well for you?
Well, I'd say what's going well for me. I got a little tan going. Just came back from vacation, and so it was nice. I think a win, professionally for work was I got to go on vacation and actually enjoy it.
Right on.
I got to unplug, stay unplugged, and just enjoy it with my family.
Yeah.
And a big win that came out of that vacation, being able to unplug, is that my 21-year-old son, he's had his high school girlfriend, and we brought her along on the trip, and he surprised her, and he ended up proposing, popping the question, and obviously she said yes, and so that was just a great moment for the whole family.
That's so cool. And what better place to do it than in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, right at sunset. It was perfect.
Oh, love it. Well, that's a fun win. That's a fun win. So you're the owner of iPro Building Services.
Yes.
And for those of you out there who don't know what that is, let us know. What is it? What do you guys do there?
Yeah, so iPro Building Services, we're a commercial janitorial company. Mm-hmm. So, we've got the logo here with the house. We used to do residential cleaning. We don't do that anymore, so it's more focused towards commercial cleaning. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of our bread and butter. So nightly cleaning, weekly cleaning, quarterly cleaning, monthly cleaning, things like that. We also do floor work. So stripping and waxing floors, burnishing floors, carpet cleaning, things like that. We also do window cleaning, final construction cleaning, and a few years back we were able to find our niche, and that's with data center cleaning.
Yeah, so I think I heard you have like 47 data centers that you clean or something like that, right?
We do, yeah, and it's a funny story how we fell into it. We've got a banner that's up on the boards at the Town Toyota Center in the secondary rink, and one of my contact now, his son played hockey and actually got body checked into our sign. And it just so happened that they were looking for cleaning services for these data centers. And he wrote down all the information and called me that following week. And fast forward to where we're at now, we have 43 data centers with them.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Great story.
Yeah. Crazy how it works.
Yeah, right. But the cool thing is you had your name and branding out there, and hey, it paid off.
Exactly.
Right?
That's the biggest thing, branding and marketing.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And so janitorial cleaning and mostly commercial. So there's a whole range of commercial types of places that you clean, right?
There are, yeah, from dental offices to normal offices to the data centers, automotive places and things like that. So there's a whole array of what you can get your hands on. In our city here, it's not a big metropolis city like Seattle or Spokane, and so the biggest thing for us is you get to a certain point where there's not a whole lot of more businesses that you can get here in town, so we expanded.
Yeah.
And so we opened up shop in Yakima, we opened up an office in Hermiston, Oregon, and targeted those cities. So for many of our sites, we can travel within 600 miles from each location and be able to take on multiple states.
Right on, right on. And so what do you love about what you do?
I love the fact that it's different every day. And I tell our staff, our management staff, that, gosh, we should have a camera crew following us around in a reality show like the Cleaning Chronicles or something, because it's different every day. From the employees to our clients to things that are just happening. There's never a dull moment, and so it keeps me on my toes and just keeps me happy. I love what I do because, again, it's different and I'm in a different place if I need to be.
Yeah, so there's lots of variety.
Lots of variety,
Yeah. Variety is the spice of life, right?
It is.
Yeah, so you got plenty of that, and there may be times where like, let's put a hold on the variety, right? Got a little too much variety.
Right? Yeah. I'm starting to get some gray hair here too. So
yeah, cool. You got into this shortly after you graduated from college. Is that accurate?
No. So my college roommate, his uncle actually owned a cleaning company.
Oh, okay.
And so he called my college roommate and said, "Hey, I've got a couple cleaners that I'm short. Would you guys be willing to clean a couple banks for some beer money?" We're in college, and so it's like, "Hey, all right, you're speaking our language. We'll do it." So we did it for a few weeks to hold it over till he found some new cleaners to take over. And, it was fun. I was not the greatest cleaner at all, right? That's not my forte. And so he told me, he's like, when you're done with college, you're going to come work for me. I already know this. And I said, no, I'm going to school for hotels. That's where I'm going to go. Fast forward to 2005, I ended up moving back here to Wenatchee, where I was born and raised, to help take care of my parents who had some medical issues. And there wasn't a lot of work for hotels back then like there is now. There's a lot of hotels here in town now. So I reached out to my college roommate's uncle and I said, hey, I kind of have this itch to get back into the cleaning industry. Can we see if we can make it work? And he said that he had enough money to support me for a month. And I took that as a challenge. I said, okay,
great challenge.
I'm ready to do it. So I stopped what I was doing and I said, let's do this. I'm in it 100%. Hit the ground running. A month later, I made my money back, the salary back, and then some. And he said, all right, let's continue this and let's grow it and let's see what happens.
Yeah. So did you, you've always wanted to be in business in some capacity, is that accurate?
Correct, yeah, in some capacity. Entrepreneurship was something that my mom spoke highly about, my aunt spoke highly about, my dad spoke highly about, so it was something that I really wanted to do. And I think when you get into it, you don't really know what you're going to fall into. And I don't think cleaning is at the top of any entrepreneur's list, but when I dug into it, it's recession-proof. There's money to be made out there.
You got it.
And it's a service that people need.
You got it. I love that attitude. And you know what? While cleaning may not be the sexiest job in the world,
it's not.
It's like you said, it's recession-proof. There's always a demand for it. One of my favorite stocks that I've invested in is waste management.
Okay.
Not a sexy stock, but you know what? We all need that in our lives, right?
We do.
We need garbage collection, and it's consistent. Doesn't care what the economy is. You still need someone to claim your garbage, and
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
And that stock just is so steady, just keeps on ticking up, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But entrepreneurs, for some entrepreneurs, the actual business is kind of besides the point. Entrepreneurship is just like, it's a thing to itself, right?
It is.
And there's such a large amount of variety to that, because what you're doing is you're creating something out of nothing. From nothing, you're creating this thing, right? And you're breathing life into it. And it becomes, whether it's cleaning or selling or whatever, it becomes this thing that you become emotionally invested in, financially invested in, right? And it just becomes this thing you care about, and it becomes the vehicle through which you evolve.
Yes.
Would you agree with that?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So, is there a time in the business where you came up against a challenge that was particularly painful or hard, but became that catalyst for that next level of growth for you and your business?
Absolutely. So when my wife and I started it, we both quit our jobs. She actually we dabbled in eBay a little bit, and she said, I'll leave my job, which she was a banker for 10 plus years. And she said, I will leave my job and I'll concentrate on eBay so I can do this during the day and help with the day-to-day stuff. And she was able to support us through that.
Nice.
So as a partnership, it's awesome, right? But you get to a certain point where you've grown it, and you go from one employee to now we're a little over 100 plus employees now. And so now the focus has been, I'm not going to be out cleaning all the time.
Yes.
So my focus now is on our management team. How do I continue to grow them? So something clicked to me a couple years ago that I heard about, I read about, but I didn't really grasp it, and that's company culture. And so I've been looking at company culture now. And it's about taking care of the people that are taking care of the clients that we have, right?
Yes.
And so if I can take care of them, business is going to be good. So I put my focus into that.
Boy, that is an opportunity for personal development, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, because now you're speaking my language, and I love.
I'm speaking to the guy that knows all about this.
Yeah, because in my opinion, mindset is the number one differentiator for company culture, for retaining employees and retaining clients.
Absolutely.
Right? This thing called mindset, it's a buzzword, we hear it a lot, but to me, mindset, what that means is, mindset is a fixed set of beliefs, decisions, and attitudes that help me make sense of myself and the world around me. That's what a mindset is. And you don't just have one mindset, you've got a mindset around your business, you've got a mindset around finances, around driving, around marriage. We have different mindsets for the different areas of our life. The opportunity is to become present to what is my mindset? Because if we don't know, it just runs us.
Yep.
Right? So we want to be proactive about creating the mindset that serves us. Right?
Exactly. Yes.
And that's now the business you're in.
That's what I'm doing now, yes.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
I do, and it spiraled off. I know that some of the clients that you work with actually are good friends of mine, and we actually created a local networking group. And
Right
so
on.
we help other new businesses kind of get started with the do's and the don'ts, since we've all went through it. All the failures that we did, we're trying to help them not fail and succeed. And so we've started it, me and 3 other guys. And it's a passion. Once it clicked with company culture and how things work that way, I just felt I needed to kind of help other businesses as well, kind of see the big picture.
I love it. I love that attitude. Hey, we're going to take a quick break, but we're going to be right back. So stay with us. This is an important conversation. See you in just a second. Hey everybody, welcome back to Live It Up. So glad you're here. Hey, today we are talking with Mr. Edwin Eaton from iPro Building Services.
Out there.
Always wearing the brand, right?
I am.
Yeah, good. Hey, so let's talk about how you invest in your employees, because I know that you see value in that, and like you were just talking about, company culture is like paramount. That's going to make or break your company. So what's the value, and what are some of the ways you do invest in your clients?
Sure.
And your employees?
Yeah, the biggest thing when you invest in the employees is just helping them grow, right? That saying is, put the trust in your employees, help your employees grow enough that they want to stay, they don't really want to leave, right?
Yeah.
And so I've been trying to think different ways to make it work. So one thing is our management crew. They're the face of the company for the employees, right? Now, I don't get to see all the employees every day, but the managers do. So, when the pandemic hit, everybody used Zoom, right? And so with multiple offices, we can't get everybody together in one office at the same time. So we utilize technology. We're a people and technology company, so that's what we do. So we're utilizing Zoom. We have our manager meetings, and we talk to all the managers. We've made it to where we have guests that come on and speak to our crew as well. So, and not just people that are in the cleaning industry, but other people that, have a strong background in leadership.
Nice.
To help them grow. And so it's kind of nice, I shared a story not too long ago that our managers now, who don't see each other on a daily basis, are now collaborating together and reaching out to each other and asking each other for help.
Ooh, that's big.
It's huge. And so I've taken it a step further, where in these calls, I choose 2 managers every week and they present to the group. of just certain things, how to run a staff meeting, how, how to clean a toilet the right way, just little things to get them comfortable with speaking to each other.
Yes.
And so it's gone to having 5-10 minute conversations to now they're doing PowerPoint presentations for the group.
On.
And I didn't tell them to do this. They just kind of took advantage of the technology again and what they knew and played to their strengths. And so they're doing that. And then now when you see the staff meetings, they're doing PowerPoint presentations to the staff. They're getting the staff involved with games and things like that. And it circles all the way back around to company culture.
Yes.
And you invest in the people, and it's something that they love to come to work. Again, you mentioned it's not a glamorous job. Nobody wants to come in and clean toilets every single night. But if you make it fun for them,
yes,
and they feel appreciated,
yes,
and they feel part of the family, part of the team, they're going to do it.
You got it.
And it's just been great.
Yeah, you're speaking the language of empowerment.
Yes.
When people feel empowered, even if it's not a wonderful task or something they necessarily enjoy, if they feel empowered, it's easy to look past that.
Right.
So, because they feel, like you said, they feel there's a sense of belonging, there's a sense that I matter, that I'm making a contribution.
Right.
We're part of something that's greater than myself. Empowerment is incredible. And one of the only time that we can actually feel empowered is when we are taking responsibility for a commitment that we've made. And I love this concept, and I love that you brought this to the table, because a lot of people feel disempowered in their life. And that's usually because they've either stopped taking responsibility for a commitment, or there was never a commitment in the first place.
Right.
So that they could take responsibility for it, right? So yeah, when we make a commitment and then when we take responsibility for it, even if we don't get the accomplishment or hit the goal, but we're taking responsibility for the commitment, there's a sense of empowerment.
There is.
Yeah, really, really good. So what keeps your clients coming back?
So again, back to I mentioned people and technology, right?
Yeah.
That's what we are. If you're in the cleaning industry, and you're a cleaning company, you know how to clean. Or you should. That's what you're in the business for.
Right.
But again, back to the company culture, we celebrate our employees. So anniversaries, we take advantage of that. If you look at our social media,
I have, yes.
it's anniversaries for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 7 years plus.
Yes.
And they love it. So we don't usually brag about the services that we offer. We brag about our employees.
I love it.
And the
Great
biggest thing is
yes.
when we go and we meet new clients and have an opportunity to get this new client, we encourage them, hey, take a look at our social media. You're not going to see our services, but you're going to see our people. And it makes a huge difference, because they'll come back and say, wow, you have so many, how do you keep them on board even through the pandemic and this and that? And again, the company culture, how we treat them, they love to see themselves on social media.
Absolutely.
Hey, it's my 3-year anniversary. Are you posting that on Facebook today? What's going on? And they love that.
Yeah, so what you're doing is you've recognized that your people are your greatest asset.
They are.
Right?
They are.
Yeah, and you're really embracing that. And that is a beautiful thing, because when we do that, we're really sharing the love. We're really, we're really providing an opportunity for people to feel appreciated. And when people feel appreciated, man, they want to stay there.
They do. They do.
Because there's a lot of places they can go where they're not going to feel appreciated, right?
Yep.
So even if it means I got to work, but I feel appreciated, it's awesome. And when we talk about this, I don't mean it from a manipulative standpoint. I mean it just from an authentic standpoint. Like, let's just appreciate people, right? Let's recognize their value and appreciate it.
And it's the little things that you do.
Yes.
Like with a lot of these data centers, they have snack bars and things like that are free to the employees. So we incorporated that into our office. So we have a whole section of snacks. We have a refrigerator filled with energy drinks and Gatorade and pop and things like that. So when they come in, they know, hey, grab something to drink, grab something to eat, have a conversation with your manager, start it off right, and then they're off running, doing what they have to do.
I love it. I love it. If people are hearing this and they're like, dang, I like what this guy is laying down, how do they get in touch with you?
So, I mentioned social media, so that's big. Our website is worryfree.cleaning. There's no .com. We decided to do a worryfree.cleaning. All our information is there, from filling out an online application for a new customer, filling out a client request form. Everything's right there, right on the internet.
So worry-free cleaning.
That's it.
That's a good one. Worry-free cleaning. When you said that, I didn't catch it at first. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So what's next for you guys? Where are you? Have you got all the business you want? You're content, or is there an ambition for expanding still? Tell me a little bit about that.
If you ask that question to my wife, she would say, stop, slow down, just be content with what you have, right? I'm kind of a go-getter, and I want to continue to build and build. And so with my son in the business, he's 21 and he's learning. He started to clean, he did some floor work. Now he's kind of our operations manager, so he's learning it. And I've got the right people in place. And so I think outlook is I'm going to slowly kind of take a little step back and let the staff run it and just be more involved again with developing the leaders within the company.
I love it. I love it. How do you enjoy having your son work with you?
It's different, but I really enjoy it. I mean, it's a different dynamic from home to work.
Yeah.
And I think it took him a little bit to understand that, but now we're on the same wavelength. And he knows, like, when he's at work, it's not Dad. It's, okay, this is Edwin, and so, yeah. But he loves it, I love it, and he's way above where I thought he would be. So he's doing very well.
Excellent. That's got to be fun to see your child in there, like working his way up through there and getting all sorts of experience, right?
Yeah. And then I've got an 11-year-old at home, and she's folding rags for us and doing some other stuff.
Yeah,
so.
It's a family affair.
It
right?
is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of that. That goes right hand in hand with entrepreneurship, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody's on board when things are getting down to the wire. Fold rags.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Oh my gosh, there must be a lot of folding.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Right on. Let's see here. I have one other thing I wanted to ask you. Oh yeah, this is important. So you're steering this big ship here, and you've got your crew, but at the end of the day, how do you feed your own kind of soul and make sure that you've got the fuel that's needed to go and show up again powerfully the next day?
Yeah, it's all about making time for yourself, right? And so I start my day early, usually about 4:35 in the morning, get in a good workout, clear my mind, and then jump into work. And then after work, I try to unplug. And it's, my kids are in sports, so it's just being the dad, right? And being there. And there's a lot of kids in our neighborhood, so being present and playing games with all the kids and doing that, and then making time for my wife and I as well.
Right
going on dates and things like that, going on trips when we can, even if it's just to get out of town to Seattle for a couple nights or something like that. So it's good to get away and just recharge. Yeah. Right.
And are you a book reader, or do you listen to books or podcasts? Or
I listen to podcasts, and with our offices in different places, it's nice. It's almost time for me to unwind when I'm on the road as well. Listen to a podcast, 3 hours till I get to the next location, things like that. But yeah, I'm into podcasts. I love basketball, so I'll watch basketball. I'm into sports. Yeah. So anything to keep my mind off of work.
And next time we'll have to talk about your role in the basketball team that just came to Wenatchee.
Yeah, the big ones.
But we're out of time now, so Edwin, thanks so much for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
And now it's time for you to get out there, be a source of kindness, be a source of contribution. You do have something to offer, and I believe in you.